Hello there, beautiful people. Stephilippines here, and welcome back to my channel, guys. So, for today's video, everyone, we are going to be talking about the things that I have learned so far in dating an older man or older foreigner. So, the first thing that I've learned so far in dating an older man, guys, is that you have to lash out everything that really bothers you. Okay, and what I meant the word lash out is in a positive way, not in a negative way, okay? So you really have to communicate whatever bothers you, okay? You have to talk to your partner, you have to communicate with her or him whatever bothers you, whatever makes you feel frustrated, makes you feel disappointed, whatever makes you feel hurt, or whatever makes you feel bad. Okay, you really have to talk about that regardless if it's a big or small problem. But when you talk to your partner about it, when you try to open up that to her or to him, then in that way you guys can talk about it, and in that way you can actually resolve the issue as soon as possible if you do not make or do mind games in the relationship. And what I meant mind games, guys, is the taboo thing, or doing a passive aggressive and not communicating your frustrations, or you're not talking to your partner just because you're upset about things that he doesn't or she doesn't even know about why you're acting that way. So the next thing that I've learned so far as well in the relationship, guys, is to always acknowledge your partner's emotion or frustration, or whatever that she's feeling, whatever that he is feeling. You really have to acknowledge that, and also acknowledge the fact that he or she is trying to communicate with you instead of keeping everything to himself and not talk to you. The fact that he choose or she choose to talk to you for that relationship to work or for that problem to be resolved. And yeah, you have to acknowledge that, because it takes a lot of courage, guys, to talk to your partner, especially if it's really a serious matter or if it's really a big problem. Other thing as well that I've learned so far in the relationship, guys, is acknowledging your mistake and admitting that you actually did mistake to your partner and you hurt him or you hurt her is totally fine. Because before, I was like, no, this is not my mistake. No, like I was always right. Like I really wanted to convince myself that I was always right in the relationship. But now when I tried to like reflect everything, I was like, oh, that was actually bad. So the next one that I've learned so far in dating an older foreigner, guys, is older men, not all, but some older men would actually not tolerate toxicity and immaturity. So if you are a Filipina like myself, if you're gonna date someone older than you, then you really have to be mindful with your actions. Be mindful of whatever that you're gonna say or whatever that you're gonna do, because not every older man would tolerate that. Let's just say you are used to being a tampo, you have a tampo issues, like you get easily upset over little things, and now you're expecting for your partner, your older partner, to understand you, to always baby you, to always apologize to you even though he's not doing anything wrong. So no, do not do that, guys, because trust me, some older men, they would easily dump you. They would easily leave you, especially if you keep doing that and it's getting a little bit toxic already, and he's not gonna put up with that kind of behavior. So, from someone who have experienced that, trust me, you're not gonna want that. And you know what? One thing that I've also like say to myself as well, and one thing that I've learned is that if you are gonna date an older man, you really have to be strong, because dating an older man is not for the weak. Okay, it's not for the weak, guys. All right, so the next one that I've learned so far in dating an older man, guys, is that I've learned to set my priorities in life. Okay, because when I was dating that guy, I felt like his life is already established and he is financially stable, because again, obviously he's older man and he has a work that really compensates him well. And as for me, I felt like I was feel so bad about myself because I didn't even graduate in college, and I didn't have like a stable job because I just quit being a virtual assistant before because of, because of personal reasons, and I didn't really have a stable job. I didn't have a stable source of income. So when I started dating an older guy, was like I was really motivated to pursue things that I was really passionate about, and that really makes me happy to set, my priorities in life, and that's where I started my business. It really motivates me to be the woman that I want to become because I was with an older guy whose life is already established, whose life is already secured. So, in order for me to not be feeling embarrassed, that I also was motivated to do something that would make my life also better. I was really motivated to do a lot of things that would help me grow, that would help me better version of myself because of him. So one thing I've learned is when you're gonna date someone whose life is established already and whose life is, like secured already, then it would also make you feel motivated, and he will have that kind of influence on you that you're also gonna have to strive hard, that you're also gonna have to work hard for your dreams, for yourself, not just, you're not doing that for him, but he is one of the reasons why you are motivated and why you're inspired to do that, to take action of the things that you just used to procrastinate before. So I guess after all, dating an older man had a good influence on me though. Okay, so the next one that I've learned so far in dating an older man, guys, and this is what I actually noticed from my personal experience, that not older men are established, financially secured, or financially stable, and they are not rich. Not all foreigners, especially the older foreigners, are rich. When they are in the US, they are just an ordinary person. But when they come here to Philippines, they they suddenly become a superstar or rich millionaire, guys. But trust me, guys, I once dated an older guy, but that doesn't mean that he's older and he's a foreigner. He is rich, rich. Okay? He may have money, yes, because he worked hard for it. Like he earned that money, he saved that money because he's such a hardworking person. But we have a misconception here in the Philippines that if you're gonna date an older man or older father, it would also mean that you're gonna escape poverty, that you're gonna be really, really rich as well because he's gonna help you escape poverty, he's gonna help you, he's gonna provide for you. But that is actually not true, guys, because not all foreigners would actually support you, especially in terms of money. They would not even trust you to, touch his wallet or something like that. So again, one thing that I've learned is that they are not rich. Not all of them are rich. Are actually far from being rich. But if a guy really loves you, if a man really loves you, he's actually not going to mind spending some money on you because for them, it's like in their nature, older men, it's in their nature to really provide for the woman that they really love. So the next thing that I've learned so far in dating an older man, guys, is that they are actually not obsessed with social medias. Okay, I mean, they probably use it, they probably have social media accounts, but that's only for business purposes only. But compared to younger women or compared to younger guys who is actually really obsessed with posting a lot of social medias, needing validation or anything like that, posting to brag, posting to show off or something like that. But so far, as what I've noticed and from my own experience as well, older men is actually not really obsessed and not addicted to social media. It's like they would rather play golf, they would rather, watch football, sports, or whatever is that. They would rather read books or, watch something or do something productive instead of just scrolling through social media's whole day. And I was like, oh, so now it makes sense to me. Now it makes sense to me of why some older men are very successful, very established because they use social media in a positive and in a good, rightful way and not in a negative way. And lastly, guys, this is actually quite hilarious, but one thing that I've learned so far and one thing that I've noticed is that when you're gonna date older men, they're probably, you're probably gonna think that, oh, I'm gonna date older men because they are very experienced in bed, they are very good in bed. But sometimes it is actually not true because, yes, they're probably good in bed, but they easily get really, really tired, you know, especially if you are a younger Filipina and you're actually very, like you wanna experience a lot of sexual things during your honeymoon stage or during your, your alone time together. But when you do it, you actually just do it once, and after that, there is no second round, third round, or there is no next time after that night. So I was like, oh, okay. I thought if you're gonna date someone older than you, he's gonna be like dominant, he's gonna do something, like that. But actually, well, in my it would just really depends. It would actually just really depends. Maybe some older men are very hyper and very active to that, but sometimes actually, some older men, they would do it really, really nice on bed, but they easily get tired, and after doing it, they would just go sleep right after doing it. So yes, that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you guys like my content, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and please also comment down below of what are your thoughts about this video. See you to my next video, everyone. Bye.